Some people say it's always darkest before the dawn. Other people say it's always darkest before you're dead. So when you're in that dip and losing money and revenues are over the hill, sometimes they're over the hill and sometimes they're over 10 hills from now. Other times you hear stories like George Lucas and Star Wars. Everyone told him what a terrible idea, so eventually he puts it up, he keeps the merchandise rights, and who's laughing now?
Yeah.
So how do entrepreneurs who every day go up and go down, every day get told no, how do they know they're being tenacious and good or just ridiculously delusional? Where's the line?
Sometimes it comes back to a mentor. Sometimes it comes back to a day of reckoning. I mean, you just can't afford to continue. And we saw that on Dragon's Den. There was a few times where I just said to people, I'm so sorry you've invested so much, but it doesn't make sense. You know, your board game. Remember those two elderly women who had mortgaged their homes to do a Christian board game. Well, board games are a stupid business. Then you take a small subset of Christian board games and you have no distribution, and now you've mortgaged your home, so you have no future in terms of you got to give up your own house. It's, you know, so that was unfortunate. So there's a clear case of delusional, but you know, maybe they prayed and someone said, keep going. I don't know. But
No, but we also had the puzzle master who spent 10 years writing puzzles and then couldn't get a publisher to publish it because puzzles are online for free.
yeah. But flip it around. I mean, Ray Kroc was trying to get a burger business going. Took him 20 years before he stumbled across something we now call McDonald's. And then the other guy, Harlan Sanders, was boiling chicken, and he couldn't get it right. He was 67 when he finally got something that seemed to work, and he started with 10. A close friend of mine was one of his original 10, and they all made out like bandits.
Sure.
But again, there's someone who tenacity was a virtue. He was making a living. The question comes, I guess, and that's where mentorship or having your own mini board of directors can help you, because bright and passionate, apply the tenacity to another idea. I mean, so many people come and say, I've got this idea. And I'll look at them and say, but do you have 10 ideas? No, I've got one idea. Okay, well, I'm not really interested then.
You like the 10.
I love the 10.
Yet I never saw you invest in Ralph the Inventor from Ottawa.
Not true.
Well, let's hear the story.
I gave him $1,000 at the end just to say I'd done a deal. And at that point, because he came with no ask, he didn't know what he wanted.
Well, yeah, we had this gentleman. He'd been
Yeah.
laid off as an engineer. Brilliant guy.
He's the only person to come on Dragon's Den 3 times.
3 times, absolutely.
And the first time was the first time I've ever cried on national TV, but I was laughing. It was so
Because
funny.
he kept pulling
watching.
out of the bag
Oh,
one
yeah.
more
No,
crazy
what about
thing.
these? What about these?
The
And
mouse trap from the beer bottle and the... yeah.
Oh, that scratch. You know, but anyway, there was all sorts of stuff. It was funny. It was hilarious. I loved him. But he did come out. I saw him today in Ottawa this morning. He came out to the pitch.
When
but I
year
gave him
2 he came
$1,000.
back,
Yeah.
didn't he, with his father, and in year 3 came back with the father, the wife, and...
Yeah, I think you had the orders wrong, but
may
it was
have the order
something
wrong.
like that. He started bringing family out because it was more entertaining. His last year, he wore a vacuum cleaner attached to the back of his head.
The paint.
No, that was for shaving his head.
Oh, yes.
We used a vacuum cleaner for, anyway. He was just hilarious. But bottom line is he had these really cool ideas, but he had no idea. He was a brilliant solver of problems that didn't exist.
Who needs a working surfboard in a pool?
Yeah.
Not something
exactly.
big.